Okay, we're not even gonna worry about start screen and that good stuff. This is mostly testing and just screwing around a little bit to see if things are still awful. Uh, hoping that things are fixed. Um, First impressions look promising, but that means nothing. So, hey, how you doing, Sinclair? So, let me know how things look. Uh, Mostly in terms of like dropped frames and stuff. Um, the issues I have had in the past, I was continuing to have, and the workarounds that worked in the past weren't working anymore. So I think I'm overall in a better position because ultimately, what seems to have been the issue was the network card. I was, because of where the PC is, it has to be wireless. I was using the from the factory onboard wireless NIC, which on paper should have been fine. Um, I'm thinking that it was probably not fine because here, almost 2 minutes into this stream, when it would normally be screaming at me, it's not screamed at me yet. Um, I had a PCIe NIC from my old PC that I had didn't have a use for. So that's what I was doing for the past hour. Was going and ripping that out of a system and then installing it into this system and installing drivers and all that good stuff. We're connected. Like I say, it's not screaming at me. We're going to play for a few minutes, see how things go. This will be like the third or fourth time I've played the intro to Luigi's Mansion this year. I played the first hour the other day, and when I had company and was having fun with that, I was like, I would really love to have company for this playthrough because I love this game. So I decided to start over with streaming, and then ran into issues, and now here we are. We're not gonna finish tonight. Not gonna get close to finishing. This is 80% proof of concept. But here we are. Yep. Luigi got a mansion. That's great. So this is the Premium Deluxe mod. It does work on original hardware. It's my preferred version. It gives you some just really nice quality of life features, and it even gives you the option to turn on some beta features to fiddle around with. I'm sitting here looking at these audio levels. The game looks a little hot to me. I'm gonna drop it. Just that looks better. Let me know if that is okay. I'm gonna leave pretty much everything default, except I'm going to turn off call events and set the aspect ratio to 16:9. If you see the game stutter a little bit during cutscenes, that might not be the biggest deal in the world. Yeah, like right now I'm seeing that I'm dropping some frames. Yeah. Let's keep it rolling. Because what I hope is happening is I've got the game ISO on network storage, and so it's like streaming this video. And I'm wondering if that was it, like if it just didn't like competing for bandwidth. So once I get into like the game and its loading is a lot more like predictable, We shall see. Yeah, it is. It is yelling at me a little bit, but it's not yelling at me nearly as bad as it was doing earlier today. So I do think the network card um, is the fix. I might just still have my bit rate up because I'm streaming it pretty close to the limit that Twitch will let you, and so far, I appreciate you giving feedback, by the way. And even though my internet connection, like to my ISP, is more than enough to handle it, this is a lot of bandwidth to demand of Wi-Fi. So I'm thinking that might just be the issue. But yeah, I dropped a bunch of frames when it started streaming the cutscene, and it's not shown any more dropped frames since, which is, I'm gonna call that within tolerant. So, fingers crossed. But this looks fixed. I may just need to, tweak the bitrate a little bit moving forward, and make sure that the game files are local on my PC for maximum fluidity. But we're doing this through Dolphin. I thought about hooking up a GameCube, but that felt like way too much effort. I've got the GameCube hooked up to my TV downstairs. I didn't want to move everything to the capture setup and all that goodness. The mod allows for 16:9, so we're forcing 16:9. This is the RetroArch core. And everything is running at 3 times internal resolution so that it most closely matches my desktop resolution. Oh hey, look at that. Dolphin crashed. That's exciting. Cool. Hadn't run into that before. Okay. Let's see. We might drop a few frames. I'm gonna copy that file local so that we don't have to worry about all that not. Yeah, when I copied that file up, OBS started screaming, and then when the copy transferred, OBS was happy. So yeah, that definitely seems like where the problem lies.
Needed.
All right, we are so back. Yeah, it's a very ominous Nintendo chime. It's really cool. Okay. Yeah, now that everything is local. How's the audio balance, by the way? Oh yeah, this already feels happier not going across the network. Just everything about this is happier. Okay, great. Just had several dropped frames. Don't know why. Oh no, okay. We didn't. Those were a while ago. The absurdly high-res key texture in that one cutscene, that's hilarious. Alright, we made it past that. Into the cutscene. Sweet! Yeah, ha 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 ha. Unskippable cutscenes, yay! First time we ever met Egad. It's weird playing this with the 8-bit do Xbox controller. Like, it feels really good, but like, this is just such a GameCube game. I've got a GameCube USB adapter I might dig out at some point, but this was here and easy and has all the buttons I need. So this is another interesting thing about this particular mod. Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm not. When you're here in the lab, at least in the US version, Luigi does not have free movement. Luigi is just sort of here. It's more just dialogue options. You're not able to run around. And the camera is stuck here. So all of this graphic over here is out of sight. That graphic there, I don't even know what it's supposed to be. This says training room, which we'll go to here in just a second. You only ever go to the training room in the Force tutorial, or if you choose it later. These are non-interactable. It's just neat set dressing. And the mod, once we get back to the mansion, makes it so that there's a toad here. Toads allow you to save your game. I find it a little bit weird. But I guess if you're, just in the gallery or something and want to make sure you save your game, you can without going back to the mansion. But anyway. So Luigi wins this mansion in a contest he did not enter. The mansion appeared out of nowhere right next to Egad's shack. Mario was here a few days ago, and now nobody's seen him since. That's the story. So now Luigi has to go through the mansion that he theoretically owns to find the worst Mario brother. There are two control schemes. One is a little more tank control based. It can allow for some advanced techniques, but I prefer to have fun, and so I play with the full analog control scheme. This is one of those tutorials that you have to hit the button he's teaching you about. This tutorial has 9 ghosts. There's no real benefit to getting all 9. It's just sort of bragging rights. I have done it before, but I am really bad at it for some reason, even though it's just the tutorial. And I'm super bad at ghost stacking. Like, super bad at it. This game has some really weird depth perception, which makes the final boss insufferable. I hate it so much as I love this game. I hate that final boss so bad. Alright, I missed a whole bunch. 7. I believe there is a threshold at which he will force you to do the tutorial again. At this point, like, they don't even register as puzzles. I just have played it so many times that I just know what to do. It does a pretty good job of telegraphing what you need to do, but yeah, there are a couple things that aren't immediately obvious. Oh, I didn't mean to select the beta Game Boy Horror. It's not a big deal. It's just not what I meant to do. So when an area is purged of ghosts, not necessarily boos, but standard or portrait ghosts, the lights come on. Spoilers, there is a point in the game later where all the lights get knocked out and the whole mansion becomes haunted again, and it's a real pain. You also have to find a ghost hidden in the mansion. And the game doesn't tell you where he is. You have to just go scour the mansion. And it's annoying. But thankfully, he's in the same place every time. So if you know where he is, you can just go straight to him. Looks like we dropped a few frames there. We've recovered. This game, like, was such a great showpiece for the GameCube. Like, this was a launch title. A launch title for the lunchbox. We love Nintendo's little purple lunchbox. One of the big things about the game is collecting money. That is how you get points, and points determine your rank at the end of the game. There are some ways to get money that are performance-based, like the portrait ghosts, which are the, you know, ones that are individual characters. If you depending on how well you suck them up, they drop different loot. And if you suck them up in one go, they drop the best loot. So to get a premium ranking, you want to get as many in a single suck as possible. There are also a few things, like there are speed ghosts, which are ghosts that are really fast and are only there for a couple seconds, and you have to catch them, and they drop a ton of money. And then there's just a bunch of money hidden throughout the mansion. You got to give it your best suck for the best reward. I mean, those are words to live by, right? This game used to scare me to death because I hated the ghost jumping out at me. Like, I loved the vibes so much, but I hated the ghost jumping out at me. The portrait ghosts are the coolest part. Two more? Yeah. Orangey and a pinky. Come on. Yeah, and as you can see, if they hit you, they make you drop money, which is extra rude. So, like, the money mechanic, even though it just seems like collectibles, it is very much tied in with your performance. The main issue, though, is that there are a lot of ways to lose money beyond your control, and money items despawn pretty quickly. These green guys are annoying. They throw banana peels, which do hurt you. And they have a ton of health. They're very tanky. There is a speedrun called L pumping, which allows you to suck up ghosts super fast. Okay, so here's one of the speed ghosts that I'm up. See, already gone. Yeah, so I didn't catch him there. So that alone may be enough at the end of the game to lock me out of max rank. Because those speed ghosts are super valuable, and there are only a couple in the game. I did get it on the file I started the other day. I don't think I've ever gotten an A rank. I don't even know if I've ever gotten a B rank. It is really hard to get those higher ranks. Little teaser for the graveyard area that's coming up in Area 2. That's actually the boss of, where you encounter the boss of Area 2, Bogmire. And now that it's introduced 3 different standard ghosts, we get our first portrait ghost, Neville, the inattentive father. A couple things to note. Notice that there are a couple doors here that don't have rugs leading. Oh, there are also golden mice that drop tons of money. There are only a couple of those, and they're very easy to miss. These that don't have rugs leading up to them, those are trapdoors. They will hurt you. So the portrait ghosts, every one of them has a puzzle trigger. Neville is annoying because he's really hard to get in a single go because he throws these books at you. But his trigger is just wait until he yawns. Also, the poison mushrooms are annoying. But you see they drop pearls, and the largest size of pearl you can only get if you get them in one go. These books have flavor and lore. Most of the chandeliers have something. This is the key to the master bedroom, which is where Lydia, the self-absorbed mother, is. There are 3 children. And the baby is the first boss. So she's quite vain, so we open her window so the leaves blow in and mess up her hair. One go. One of the annoying things about the poison mushrooms is they shrink you, and they make it so you can't use your vacuum. So if you get hit by that, not only will you lose the ghost, there's a very good chance that the pearls will despawn. Thank you. This always takes way longer than it feels like it should, but there is money hidden in that. Yeah. And you can see out there is Toad that we talked to a bit ago. And this is the key to the first boss, Chauncey. Area 1 is nice and self-contained. The twins who are in the next bedroom aren't accessible until later. One neat thing is this heart chest here. It is heart-shaped, and you can see the heart on the door because each area of the game is coded according to a card suit. But what's also nice is that this dresser always gives you the biggest healing heart in the game, which is 50, I think. So it's just sort of appropriate. You see these coins around the rocking horse. That is because that is the trigger. Chauncey wants you to play with him, so you rock his rocking horse, and he gets angry that you're messing with his toys. So he plays rough. So you play rough back. And then he teleports you to his evil alternate dimension, as all infants can do. This fight is very much scripted, especially if you can get good catches. He cannot be one-cycled through conventional means. 2-cycle is the best you can do. 2-cycle is the best you can do casually, but these rocking horses run toward them and past them. If you hug the wall, they'll never hit you. He attacks you with these balls. They have stitching textures on them, but once one loses its texture, then it becomes grabbable. Not a great first cycle, but we'll see if we can still get the 2 cycle. Again, very scripted. Things speed up a little now. Of course, hug the wall, run to the other side, hug the wall, into the middle. Grab the grabbable ball, grab the baby. Didn't get the 2 cycle. You hate to see it. When you miss the 2 cycle, he gets even angrier. Things move just a little bit faster. I think we might even get an additional rocking horse phase. And yeah, oh, right, it's the center rocking horse. And the rocking horses go faster. Same. Different verse, same as the first. And he is captured. Now we go back to the lab so that EGAD can show us the ghost petrificationizer.
Oh yeah.
And we get one of the fancy card suit keys to open up the next area of the game. I did set it to skip calls. There are a lot of calls in the game. Phone calls from EGAD, and they give you, essentially tell you what to do next, and give you opportunities to save, but they're really disruptive. So I prefer to play with them off. Once you start collecting booze, that means you start saving like every 2 seconds. It's a little excessive, so turning the calls off is no big loss. I love how Rube Goldbergian this is. Another thing that's easy to miss is how well you did sucking up the ghost is reflected in what color their frame is. So gold frames are 1-go sketches, and then there's a silver and a bronze, I think. It tells you how much gold you've got, but it never actually tells you what any of the thresholds are. It just gives you a ranking at the end. Those thresholds are of course known now, but unless you had a guide or something, you wouldn't have known what your goal even was. And I don't know off the top of my head. Let's see. 9 o'clock. I've been on for just over half an hour. And in that time, I have dropped 726 frames, but part of that was known because there was a file transfer. And even still, that's 60 frames a second. Like, yeah, 12 seconds. I mean, that's, you know, you don't want to lose 12 seconds, but that's not that bad. And it's been rock solid on my end since. How have things been on? Only one biggish frame drop during the baby fight. Okay, I didn't see that. How was it, like a multiple seconds or? Cause yeah, I think I am still like hugging what I can manage with the bit rate. So I think for stability's sake, it will probably be best, especially if I stick to 1080p, which I would like to go ahead and drop. Interesting. Okay. Weird. Because yeah, I did not see the freeze. I mean, it might have frozen in my stream preview, but it's not showing up as dropped frames. That's weird. But yeah, I do think I'm going to call it here. I'm not going to have a chance to stream again for a little while, so there's no way I'm going to finish this before Halloween. But I don't have a lot going on this weekend, so that might be a cozy thing to do. Now that the stream is, I mean, it's still way more stable than it was. I'll drop the bit rate down a little bit just to help with that. Because I am still wireless and I've still got a bunch of stuff going on the network, so I don't love that stuff is freezing. Were freezes like really, were they happening quite a bit, or were there only just like a couple? Because I mean, if it's like not really interrupting the viewing experience like most, okay, cool. Because you know, even like streamers who take things seriously, their stream will get kind of framey sometimes. It's just the nature of the beast. We're also dealing with Twitch.tv, with, you know, the most stable platform devised by man. But yeah, so this finally inspired me to fix that network card issue, and things seem to be going better. Shout outs to the horrified face hanging in the picture frame in the back. And the movie poster that just says Western. Yeah, this place is great. But yeah, anyway, have a good evening. I'm gonna drop. Like I say, I'll tweak that bit rate, and I may be back Saturday or Sunday. We'll see. But regardless, have a happy Halloween. Enjoy some spookums. And I will catch you later.